Greetings YouTube, Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back to the very next episode of Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. This is episode 3, and in the last part we finally made it to Gateon Port after running some errands. And yeah, we are at the part shop in Gateon Port, and we're looking for a machine part for the HQ lab purifying chamber. Well, I don't know why I couldn't think of the words for that. But anyway, you have to talk to this guy here, and he's going to tell you a little story about his travels and studies of Eevee, which is kind of interesting. If you'd like, how about you help me while some time away? I've got a tale to tell you that you might find interesting. Say yes. Then he's going to tell you, yeah, I sailed all around the world, our world is huge, blah, 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 nothing important. Of all the Pokemon in our world, the one I found most unique and interesting is Eevee. And he studied Eevee quite extensively, and he obtained 5 items that are the key to Eevee's evolution, which is cool. So, what a coincidence, he's going to be giving us a choice, and we get to decide which item to receive from this guy, which in turn will evolve Eevee into one of 5 Pokemon: Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon, Umbreon, and Espeon. And this is some choice, actually. I had to think about this for quite a while. But I ended up deciding that I wanted to stick with one of the Kanto starters because Espeon and Umbreon are in Coliseum, so we're going to use those for that. And we're going to choose the Waterstone, and we'll end up with a Vaporeon, which is pretty cool. If you didn't know already, you can check out our little featured article on Culination Corner about the evolutions and the pros and cons about all of them. And if you check that out, you'll see that Vaporeon has incredible HP and special attack as well. Anyway, let's get this going. Let's use this Waterstone on Eevee and get an awesome Vaporeon. And this is the first member of our team. Teddiursa is not going to be a member of our team, by the way. We're going to have to use him for a while, simply because most of the battles in this game are double battles, and until we get another member of our team, which won't be for quite a while, we're going to have to stick with Teddiursa. So, yeah, that part kind of sucks, but Vaporeon is awesome. And even in the 3rd generation, the move set isn't that wonderful, especially with Hydro Pump coming at level 52, which is really far away. But anywho, that settles that, all fixed. Who's this guy? Nice hat. You want to talk to me? Yeah, the part shop is ours. Huh? You need a machine part? Where's Grandpa? He's gone off to Dr. Kaminko's. Arrgh, when my grandpa gets excited over some mechanical thing, he's off like a shot. Never mind the shop where his grandson, me. Okay, apparently his name is Purr, and if you played Pokemon Coliseum, you will kind of sort of recognize him. Maybe not him, but recognize his name. And he was part of the Kids Grid, or the Kids Network. I forget what the actual name of it was, but he helped fight Cypher. Sorry we were out. A machine part, you said, right? Right. Give us our damn machine part. Oh, that was cool. Nice animation there. It just kind of like shoots out of there, and he doesn't actually have to hand it to you. Here it is, this is it, here you go. And we have the machine part, so we can go back to the Pokemon HQ lab now, and all that good stuff. Oh, he doesn't know what's going on. Let's tell him. We explained what had been happening. Duh, get with the times, bro. The HQ Lab's director was abducted by some goons with shadow Pokemon. And yeah, he's going to imply that he was part of this whole ordeal before. And yeah, now we can leave. And actually, before we head back to the HQ Lab, there's a couple of things that we can do around Gateon Port. Yes, let's go this way. And we're going to want to go talk to this guy because he will battle you. You definitely want to say yes to him because he actually has a shadow Pokemon. Casual guy, Sile. interesting name. Okay, maybe not really. He has a Tailo and a Ledyba. We're gonna kill off the Tailo because Tailo has nothing to do with Shadow Pokemon, and Ledyba is actually going to be the Shadow Pokemon in this battle, which kind of sucks, honestly, because Ledyba isn't that good. But if you're looking for an early bug type, I guess you could go with Ledyba. Although there is a Spinnerack that comes up not that far down the road. So I would hold out because Ariados is much better than Ledian. Anyway, the one thing to keep in mind is that Ledyba has very low physical defense and a very high special defense stat, so you want to go with Bite because he'll be able to withstand that a little bit better. You don't have to worry about killing him. Also in this game, there are new Shadow moves. That was Shadow Blitz. It's kind of like Tackle, except that it, well, maybe more like Pound. It has 40% accuracy, or 40% power, 40 power, I can't talk, 40 power and 100% accuracy, and all Shadow moves that do damage are super effective on regular Pokemon. You'll see that Teddiursa entered something that's called Reverse Mode, in which he will hurt himself at the end of every turn, just a little bit. And it also increases the chance for you to get critical hits off of Shadow moves, which is kind of cool, I guess, but when you call them out of it, it reduces their Shadow bar by quite a bit. And obviously speaking here, when the Shadow bar goes all the way down, then it will be able to be purified. So that's our end goal. We're going to throw the Pokeball over at Ledyba because we don't have any way of inflicting any status conditions on it, and it's a pretty weak Pokemon. So yeah, he stayed in the ball there. And notice he's only level 10, which also kind of sucks. The next Shadow Pokemon that we catch is also going to be at level 10. Would you lose? No, sir. And we really didn't get any money, but Ledyba has joined our party. And I'm probably never going to use Ledyba unless I'm low on Pokemon. He just happens to be in my party. That machine you have on your arm, it's quite the getup. The way the lights pulse and all, it's mighty interesting, yeah. Yeah, I stole your Pokemon, you loser. Okay, so if you step on one of these switches, it's going to switch the bridges around. And now we can access the Lighthouse, because I don't believe there's any items down in the south here. In the south, no, nothing over here. So you're going to want to head over to the Lighthouse, and we're actually going to scale the Lighthouse the long way, because there is an elevator, and we're going to pass up on that. Yay, 3 Pokeballs, no. Enter the Lighthouse. Let's go. There's actually some items that you can pick up along the way, like a potion, and I believe there's a Paralyzed Heal and an Awakening, and that might be it. I don't quite remember. There's the Paralyzed Heal. But yeah, you could take that elevator up in the center if you don't want the items, but I like to pick up the items because even if I don't use them, the worst that happens is that I end up selling them, and who doesn't like extra money? Don't answer that. If you don't like extra money, you're just kind of a sad person. Is there an item over here? There is. This is probably the Awakening. Yes, the Awakening. Which is even less usable in this game, because when Pokemon fall asleep in this game, you can just wake them up by calling them, so the Awakening really serves absolutely no freaking purpose other than to sell, or you can just waste it. You there, you look like a trainer to me. That's one big-ass girl. Damn. She could just step on us and we'd die. Bodybuilder Kylan, or I prefer Killin. Sounds like a cool name. She's got a Zubat and a Poochyena, which is pretty cool. And the Zubat's going to go down in one hit to Shadow Blitz from Teddiursa, because it has pretty low defenses. It's pretty fragile. And the Poochyena is a Shadow Pokemon. And I don't recommend using Poochyena either. It is the earliest Dark type, unless you chose Umbreon as your evolution. But as far as Mightyena's stats go, his attack is his highest stat, I believe. And it's much higher than his special attack, and all Dark type moves in this game are special attacks, so it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Also, if you don't hold out and not let Poochyena evolve until somewhere around level 41, you won't learn Crunch, and you'll just have to stick with Bite as the strongest Dark-type move, which just... it isn't worth it, so don't do it, because I will think you are stupid. And yeah, we're just slowly weakening him, and Teddiursa regained the move Lick because his Shadow Bar dropped below the first little meter or checkpoint thing. And yeah, Lick is very useful because it does have low power, which is good because it's perfect for weakening Shadow Pokemon, but it also has the added effect of paralyzing its opponent about 30% of the time, and unfortunately it didn't paralyze Poochyena there, but I'm sure we'll get it to do that in the future. It's not like Poochyena is a difficult snag, let's be honest here. We defeated Killin. This Pokemon was too weak. Rah, rah, rah. Don't squash us. Don't squash us. What was all that about? I joined that organization because they said they'd give me a strong Pokemon. Well, what was so tough about that? I was conned. Oh, she's pissed. Let's get out of here. But first, let's check out our Pokemon. Sweet. We have a team of 4. And yeah, the Ledyba has the early bird ability, so it awakens quicker from sleep, which really doesn't do anything because you can just call them. And it has the Shadow Shed move, which gets rid of the effects of Reflect and Light Screen. And the other move that I didn't explain was Poochyena's Shadow Hold, which kind of acts like Mean Look or Spiderweb, except that it works on both of your opponents in the double battle, and it just doesn't let them escape, which isn't incredibly useful because the computer people in the storyline of this game don't really switch out Pokemon. Very rarely. In fact, I don't know if they do at all. So you're kind of screwed. Don't use that unless you're just trying to waste a turn. Yeah. Enough said. Okay, so actually I think we are pretty much done here. I'm going to go over to the right side of the town and check into the Pokemon Center, get all healed up. And we're going to do a quick battle at the Krabby Club at the beginning of the next episode, and then we're going to head back to the HQ lab and get our next little destination. But that's going to be it for this time, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I know this was another boring episode. We're getting there. Probably only 2 or 3 before we get into the thick of the storyline and really get this thing going. But anyway, stay tuned for episode 4. Game on.